Hello, everybody. Thank you so much, Gita, for the introduction. My name is Regina Honu, and I'm the CEO of Soronko Solutions and Soronko Academy. It's such a pleasure and an honor to deliver this keynote because I am such an avid advocate for gender and technology. And it's always a privilege and a pleasure to share my story and encourage and inspire other women and girls on why it's important that we have more women in the space and that we have the female perspective in the technology that's being created. It's so important, the report that is coming out on from the Blair Foundation on gender stereotypes. I myself, throughout the course of my journey, experienced different types of stereotypes. From the time I first expressed interest in learning how to code, I was told coding is just for boys. From the time that I quit working in the bank to set up my own company, I was told it would be very difficult to set up in a male-dominated space, just such as technology. But I didn't let that hold me back because I really believed that technology could give me that platform, that voice, to be able to contribute solutions and to be able to solve the problems around me. I felt that by learning to code, I learned to find my voice and I learned to speak up. Being a tech entrepreneur has been a roller coaster ride, just like any entrepreneurial venture that you would like to go into. For me, it has been being able to find myself, being confident in my skill set, my ability, and being able to lead by example. I have experienced so much from sexism, stereotyping, discrimination, but I continue to forge on because it doesn't matter when you fall, but what matters is how you get up and keep going. I never saw myself as an entrepreneur. I was socialized to just, get a job and rise through the ranks. But once I learned how to code and then how to create technology, I felt this burden to be able to go out and solve problems. For me, it was very interesting and challenging because with my technology skills, I could build anything that I wanted. So I literally felt like my superpower was at my fingertips, being able to write code. When I set out to create a business, I thought about what I could do, and I was moved to be able to drive social impact. I remember prior to setting up the business, I had the opportunity to interview at Microsoft. So I'd seen what a world-class technology company looked like and felt like. And I thought about what if we could get Africans here to be able to create, such amazing technology that could be exported to the rest of the world. I thought what would happen if we could change the single story. So when I came back from that experience, I was even more determined to set up something for myself. I wanted to work towards social impact. And for me, the problem that I identified was we were not developing the talent of young people to be able to use technology to change their situation or use technology to change the single story narrative that we have on the continent. And so for me, what was also very key from my own experience was how lonely it felt being in a male-dominated space, but the economic empowerment that came with it, because with my technology skills, I had a higher earning power. And with the higher earning power, I was able to make better choices, not only for myself, but for my family. And so for me, technology was a no-brainer. I had heard all the different things that surround going into the tech space, like you have to, be super smart and, be very intelligent. Technology is simply expressing yourself in a different way. And for me, it was a great outlet to be able to come out, and showcase what my creativity was and my approach to solving different problems. When I looked at the ecosystem at the time, there were lots of different programs, but the programs weren't focused on teaching people how to create technology. It was just how to consume it. And so I thought, why don't we flip the script? What would happen if we taught young people how to create technology so that especially young Africans, could be involved in creating solutions to the problems that they saw around them? But what was interesting was that it seemed like, a very daunting task. And when I first put it out there, I got a lot of people telling me it's going to be very difficult. I thought first about, working with children. But interestingly, when I took out computers, it was only the boys that came out to participate. The girls didn't want to engage. And so I thought about it and I said, it would be great, to have a program. And then there, a boy and a girl come, The boy tells the girl that computers are not for girls, and the girl looks at me and says, but I am a girl. And so I understood the importance of role modeling even early on. And so the program that I designed was to teach women and girls how to code using role models who would serve as their mentors. So it was mentorship and also empowering young girls to find, to learn different digital skills to be able to create technology around them. I also looked at how I could create a sustainable business from this. And so what I would do is I have the for-profit that would build software, and I would use my profits to run my non-for-profit activities. And then we began to grow and scale. We now run our program nationally. We've done over 22,000 women and girls across Ghana and expanded to Burkina Faso. I have learned how to become an entrepreneur and how to create a sustainable business that not only drives impact, but builds use cases such that we can drive policy change. It's very interesting, the gender stereotype report that showcases that 96% of women have faced some type of gender stereotype. And that is especially true in spaces that are very male dominated. Because from your family to your friends, you have a lot of people that will hold you back, that will limit you, that will tell you, this is not a space for women and girls. In my country, you have parents that ask this question, how will a girl find a husband if she's behind the computer? And I always tell them that now, based on advancements in technology, the girl just needs to go online and she can actually design the kind of man that she wants. So now when we look at all the different barriers that hold women back, technology is actually a way to help them bridge those gaps. For me, it's very important that we have women that are also creating innovation for everybody. Innovation is spearheaded by diversity. We need both men and women to come together to be able to create solutions for everybody. As a female tech entrepreneur, I have been able to use different approaches and different ideas, but also learn from different experiences to be able to solve different problems. As we work to engage more women and girls, it's important that we not only show them role models, but we also create an enabling environment. I know that it's an uphill battle for some women that enter the space. And so I also advocate that we are working at different policies and then we are looking at meaningful connectivity. Because once again, there are several women that are offline, but those that are online, they struggle with access to devices, the costs, and also being able to prioritize going online and chasing all the different opportunities that are online. And so as we talk about what it means for women to look at tech, it's such an important component. Almost about 90% of all jobs now have a digital component. And as you know, technology is changing the world as we know it. So it's important that no matter what you do, if you're a smallholder farmer, if you work in the fashion industry, if you work in textiles, if you work in education, in healthcare, anywhere that you work, being able to use technology or create technology gives you an advantage. So it's important that we advocate for women entrepreneurs to be able to add some digital to their business, to expand their markets, attract different business opportunities, and also grow their innovative ideas. We now live in a global world, and everybody's accessible by the click of a button. So it's important that women entrepreneurs everywhere are enabled with digital skills, have the digital acumen, to be able to take their businesses to the next level. I'm fortunate to be an observer with the Women in Finance Initiative, which is housed by the World Bank, which is a fund of funds, right, that supports women entrepreneurs all over in developing countries. The WeFi initiative is really a great example of trying to bridge that gap when it comes to financing, which is an important key to growing sustainable female-led enterprises. We need to talk not only about driving skills, enabling technology, but making sure that there's enough capital so that women move from micro and small businesses to big and large corporates. And then you see that domino effect. Because what we've seen from our work is that when you empower a woman, she goes on to empower her family, her community, and the country at large. I would like to encourage women and girls out there that are interested in technology, but feel that it would be so confusing or so difficult to come into the space, that like everything, it takes hard work and determination. Technology is fun. It doesn't define who you are, Don't think about, you know, the geek person. You can be fashionable, you have a lot of fun. It's all about expression. And it's all about putting together different patterns or different skills to solve problems. So no matter what your interest is, look at how you can add technology to it. And I would like to also reach out to young girls to mute that voice within themselves that tells them that they can't. No matter what space that you would like to go into, know that you are more than what you think you are. And I will encourage you to enter into male-dominated spaces because there's definitely more opportunity there for you to rise, for you to shine, and for you to bring a different perspective. So as I wrap up, I would like to say, it has been quite an interesting journey for me. I started off never thinking that I could be an entrepreneur, coming into the tech space as a female software developer, experiencing sexism, stereotyping, discrimination, but never letting that get me down. I have gone on to create tech solutions. I have gone on to create networks of other women that can create tech solutions. I have gone on to empower young girls to dream the impossible. I have gone on to work towards policy change. I have gone on to observe, to ensure that I give the best insights and practices with the WeFi initiatives so that women entrepreneurs all over get the funding that they need. I have gone on to become a voice and an advocate to ensure that we don't leave women behind in the digital revolution that's taking place. I hope everybody that is part of this summit and this conference will challenge themselves today. Go out there and learn a new digital skills. But beyond that, go out there and push yourself past the limits of what you think you are. Women are resilient, we are multitaskers, and we are more than able. Don't let anybody define you. Don't hold yourself back, and don't listen to what others say. Go out there, do the best that you can, and make sure that you are living your full potential. As you enjoy the rest of the conference and listen to other speakers, I hope you can take some notes from all of that. Know that with COVID-19, technology has really come to the forefront, and you can see what our world would look like if we didn't have it. So take advantage of, the wave that is coming. Make sure that, you are a digital native. Make sure that you're able to fully benefit from all the different technologies. Make sure that you're looking at how it's shaping and defining your world, and make sure that you're having fun with it. And most importantly, make sure that you are showcasing and putting your voice out there to things that are important to you. Enjoy the rest of your conference. What I would like to leave as an ask is that, for any organization that is interested, please, it would be great for us to also look at how we can ensure that when women are able to go online, there's meaningful connectivity, and that we support a lot of initiatives that ensure that women entrepreneurs also are able to add some digital to whatever idea that they have, and that we encourage young girls to see technology as a space for them and to see it as their next superpower or super skill, and that we are able to bridge that gap and level the playing field, that technology is no longer a male-dominated space, but a space dominated by ideas and not by a particular gender. Enjoy the rest of your conference, and thank you so much for this opportunity. Bye.